for me, professional learning in this situation that you're describing, um, trying to respond to the needs of the learners in a classroom, I would encourage local connections with local communities as an opportunity for professional learning. Being connected with a First Nation community around me and people who are living in that community and those who are able to help me with pedagogical approaches that it may have been unfamiliar to me. I've had amazing conversations with such wonderful thinkers that have helped me reconceptualize how to design a unit rather than with a beginning, middle, and an end, but in the shape of a medicine wheel. Like that sounds so simple, but I didn't come up with it. I need conversation, I need guidance, and I want local input in terms of what that might look like and how that might connect. I know that working with First Nations communities is one aspect of my work, but also with African Nova Scotian communities here in Nova Scotia is really important. And to be connected, I have spent 30 years teaching in Windsor, Nova Scotia, and we have a really vibrant African Nova Scotian community of 3 Mile Plains within 10 kilometers of the town of Windsor. And, you know, having those connections with folks is really important for understanding what the needs, the interests, and backgrounds are of the learners who are in our classrooms. And that I've had received such wonderful professional learning and advice and direction from those conversations with people who I'm going to have continued communication with over time. I'm just going to push that a little bit further. Sorry, Correnda. But also, I would say that seeking beyond communities that might be individuals within a community that offer a lot for us to learn about their intersectionalities and their experiences. And I think that can be really informative for an educator, or it has been for me, in learning about the complexity of lived experience. And that that has helped me really think about the types of texts that I want to be exposing students to or encouraging them to read, that they're not unidimensional, that they're not flat, that they are rich lived experience. And I think that's a long answer to your very, you know, what's the one PL you'd like to do? But it's about connecting locally for me.
Thank you, Stephen. Awesome.
That was wonderful, Stephen. I'm definitely sitting with a lot of the things that you said, and I couldn't agree more with them. Again, with thinking with this question, some of the things that I had pondered with were my experiences with facilitating professional development or working with pre-service teachers, and that feeling that they often have of anxiety and apprehension, whether it's working with CRRP or working with structured literacy. It can sometimes feel so nerve-wracking to be afraid to say the wrong thing or to accidentally say something that's going to offend someone, or maybe teach the wrong thing for the structured literacy and it's not going to be perfect or just right. So I think with professional learning, I would want to give a piece of advice is that there's beauty in being a novice, and there's a lot of beauty in just trying, and to try your best and to do your due diligence when it comes to looking at the research that's already there and the information that's already there, especially looking at marginalized scholars who often do get erased from the discussion, but are doing the work and have really showcased the amazing things that can take place. But with being a novice, taking what that is from theory and books and practice and trying to implement it within your practice. And with that, also going with that same, there's beauty in being a novice, but there's also beauty in failure. And when you do fail, just make sure you fail fast. So that way you can move on to the next step and you can keep trying. It's something that has really helped me with my practice as well.
That's great. Well, I know that if I could pick one thing, it would be to have one or both of you do the PL. That would be the PL that I choose. That's great.
We'll have to do it together, Stephen.
Okay, yes.